Good morning and welcome back. You're now on the Entrepreneur Spotlight. I'm Tenda Chimildu, and here is our Spotlight headline for today. Data by the National Bureau of Statistics have shown that Nigeria spent 2.7 trillion naira to import premium motor spirit, diesel, and jet fuel in the third quarter of 2023. Now, while Nigeria remains a leading crude oil producer, the country is one of the only major oil producers that is totally dependent on the importation of petroleum products. Nigeria's continued petroleum importation remains a concern as the NNPC and fuel marketers clashed again during the week over the removal of subsidy on petrol. Oil marketers are of the opinion that the subsidy on petrol is increasing, consequent of the crash of the naira against the US dollar and the cost of crude oil, stressing that petrol, which is currently selling between 617 to 660 naira per litre, should sell for 1,200 naira per litre in a free market. Joining us on the Spotlight today, we have Mr. Joseph Ibekwe, energy consultant at FFX Limited. Good morning, Mr. Joseph. Welcome to the Spotlight.
Good morning, Tenda. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Now, before we dive into the order of the day, I need to know your opinion on our Spotlight headline. What do you think about the amount of money spent on the importation of petrol from an oil-producing country such as ours? 2.7 trillion naira for just the last quarter of last year. That's not the total amount for the whole of 2023, by the way. And secondly, the appeal for the price increments by fuel marketers, seeing as you are also in the petroleum industry.
Okay, thank you so much for that question. Like you said in the Spotlight, Nigeria as a country, we have crude, and we are supposed to be refining the crude oil to petroleum products. At the moment, I know there are efforts, and of course, because we have local refineries and all that will soon come up. But at the moment, this is the situation we find ourselves. We just have to import it. And because we have a huge population, and from the recent statistics, we have that on daily, we consume about 40 million liters of PMS. When you put that together side by side for diesel and other, you find out that we really need to consume a lot. So because we don't have functioning refinery at the moment, we just have to import. So that is the situation. Then going down to the rumor about the price going to 1,200.
Exactly, a 100% increase.
Exactly, yes. That's about 100%. Mere hearing that enough, it gives me a very serious goosebump. Because look at where we are coming from.
It's already causing a panic.
Exactly.
People are now panic buying and stocking fuel and petroleum products in their homes.
Trust Nigeria for who we are. Once we hear of anything, we want to quickly take advantage of it and make sure we protect ourselves. Yeah. But this is still rumor. I will assume that it's still, let's take it as rumor. But going beyond the rumor, what do you have on ground now at the moment? If you take a look at between June, say late May and June last year till now, you understand with me that a lot has happened. Yes. The price, before now, maybe if you have a car that's about 70 liters, you could drive to a filling station in May and probably fill up that car with about 12, 13,000 naira, max 15,000 naira, you are good and you can drive out. That same car, if you take it to a filling station today, you probably pay about between 45 to 50,000 naira. That's almost times 3. Right. That's huge.
And we're still talking about another future increase.
Yeah. So you can imagine. So imagine between then and now, of course, you know the impact of fuel increase on price of goods and services. Yes. Prices have skyrocketed. Incomes for salary earners still remain the same. Yeah. Businesses are not making profit because they need to make, their cost has increased. So you can imagine what we have on ground as individuals. Shortly, we just finished Christmas. You could believe that most people could not buy chicken for Christmas. Most people could not even afford rice. Most of other people stay back out. They could not travel to go and meet their loved ones and celebrate the Christmas with them. So now imagine if the price now is now to 1,002. I mean, I don't know what that would be.
Wow. Well, let's talk about the order of the day now while we're here. FX Limited. What is FFX? What does it stand for? What does it represent? And what products do you produce?
Okay. Just like we were saying now, if your cost is going up and your income is not growing, the only rational thing to do is to look for how to save from your expense so that you reduce your expense at least and be able to at least maintain a good living standard. So that's why this is coming in. Now, if, for instance, a household that be spending 15,000 naira to fuel their car is now spending 45,000, 50,000 naira to fuel same, you agree with me that the purchasing power, the disposable income of that household has dropped because it's a necessity.
Yes.
Fuel is not a luxury.
Yes.
It's a necessity, and because it's a necessity, you don't have a choice. You need to buy it. You just need to buy it. So if you are buying fuel, you have less money for other things. So the best way is to look for how to save on fuel consumption, how to save on diesel, how to save on cooking gas. That exactly is what FFX is doing. Now, FFX allows you to get more value from your spending. Currently, say if you are spending like 100,000 on diesel, just like I spend about 15,000 or say 45,000 now, if you are using this product, it elongates your fuel consumption because it contains a chemical compound that we call organometallic. It allows your fuel to burn at low temperature and burn for longer. So you have a complete combustion, meaning that your fuel you use longer and you have less emission. So what simply means that your fuel will last for you longer than you. There's a saying that a penny saved is a penny earned. So if you are saving, that means you are earning. So if individuals can save, bet with me, if you give me something that can save, help me save costs, I'll be glad to take it. And that's what FFX is actually doing for people. It's allow individuals, if you are using cooking gas, if you are using diesel, if you are using petrol, it will allow you to save between 20 and 50% of your current savings. And that's what it's doing at the moment.
Interesting. You made a very valid point when you said petrol is not a luxury product, it's a necessity. If you don't have a generator, if you don't have a car, directly or indirectly, you're still spending on petrol, you're spending on transportation, you're spending on establishments where you walk into and their prices have increased due to the cost of the petrol they use to run their offices. Now, my next question is, what are the major differences in efficiency between the machines that run on treated fuel and the ones that don't?
Okay. Thank you so much for that question. I'll answer that with a vivid example. There's a friend of mine currently in Abuja here. He uses a BMW X5. Before now, the consumption on that car is about 21 liters for every 100 kilometers. But after using this product, after using FFX, the consumption dropped as low as 11.7. So from 21 to 11.7, means he's almost using half of what he was using before. And that's not only that. Well, that's not what only that the FFX does. Now, before now, FFX was used by large corporations, mining corporations, and heavy-duty equipment. In fact, the product has been in existence for over 30 years in the US. It's a US product. And it's been in existence for over 30 years. It wasn't meant for fuel reduction. It was actually designed for preventive maintenance. Because for these large corporations, they need their equipment to be running all the time. 30 years ago, fuel price was not the problem. It was the maintenance. They were sure that they have limited downtime. So FFX ensure that your engine is running at a longer time. For instance, if you are using this now, because there's complete combustion, you have less soot, less carbon entering your engine part. So your engine oil will remain fresh for long. Your engine oil will remain fresh, so you don't have to change your oil the way you used to do it before. If you have been changing for like every month, probably you have to do it like 2 months or even 3 months. So that's what. So the engines that run on FFX will probably last longer. And besides that, it's even environmental friendly. If you are using this, it will reduce the emission between 30 to 33%. So we are helping the environment, it's helping your pocket, it's helping the environment, and it's helping your engine. That's what it does.
Interesting. So finally now, 2 questions in one. What quantity of FFX is needed per liter of petrol when mixing it? And then secondly, where can FFX be purchased?
Okay. Like I said earlier, it's a science. It's not, even though the product, when you use it, it looks as if it's working magic. I have a similar experience that ordinarily before now, every week, I fill up my tank and I use it for that 1 week. But after using this for about the third time, that same fuel that was supposed to take me for 1 week now takes me 2 weeks. So instead of purchasing fuel once, 4 times in a month, I now do that twice in a month. You imagine that kind of savings on that. So that's what does that. So for every 100 liters you are putting, you need just 10 mil of FFS.
10 mil?
Yes,
not
that's the standard usage. Not
wow.
Just 10 mil. Like this now will take care of 100 liters of fuel. Now this for probably heavy user, somebody that have more than 1 car, or you want to buy for long, this is 120 mil.
Yeah,
and this will treat,
yes,
this will treat 1,200 liters of diesel or fuel.
Wow.
So it's small, but the efficacy is not.
It's very critical. So where can we purchase the FFX?
It's available. Like I told you, the company has a head office in Lagos, but we have people all over because this is a way of trying to reduce the effects and the sufferings on the masses. So we are trying to push the product to everywhere so that people can benefit from it. So in Abuja, in anywhere you can see, but the main office is in Lagos, but you can also purchase online and you get it delivered to you wherever you are. You can go to fuelfactors.com/save now. Fuelfactors/save now. If you go to that, you can order for your products, pay for it, and you get it delivered to you in your house. But if you also want to be a distributor, you want to be part of it, to take it to the interior or other places or whatever parts of the country, you are highly welcome. It's open for everybody.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joseph. Thank you for coming on the weekend.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you. But that's it, people. Mr. Joseph Ibekwe, energy consultant at FFX, telling us about the FFX and why we need it. It's very economical, and you can purchase it on the website that he just listed. Well, that's a wrap for the Entrepreneur Spotlight on the weekend show. But don't go anywhere. We have I Should Be standing by with social media trends. I'm Tenda Chimelu signing out, and the weekend show will be right back after the short break.